said, the only constant is... The Longhorns will kick it away to start. On the move from inside his 5. The coverage team maintains his discipline, not much doing on that return. So Arkansas's offense will go on the attack first. There are always butterflies to start a game, and when you have a rivalry like this, the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive, guys.
They aren't all the same. We say that, but we know differently. The blood is boiling, the temperature is hot. Jesse, you want this week more than most.
Yeah, David, we played in these games before. Everything just seems to be heightened, right? The game seems to be moving faster. The crowd noise feels louder. Your composure will be tested early in a game like this.
Fires to the wideout. Grabbed in the middle. It's Stoneburner. He'll be stopped at the 27, but it's a 15-yard gain. Scanning the field, it's Darnold. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. He's got it down the middle. And he was knocked down immediately. Very short pickup on that one. They just keep firing. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. That football must be riveted to your rib cage. How can you let it go? At least they fell on it.
Man, those are backbreakers. Defensively, you get so excited. You force the fumble, I'm going to get a turnover. And the offense falls off.
The Razorbacks will line up to punt it away. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. First one is away, and boy, did he put in work in that loss last week, kicking it 5 times. So the Texas Longhorns offense will have its first possession of the game. They got an incredibly efficient performance from this guy last time out. Now, Jesse, it's about making that a consistent thing.
Yeah, I think the most impressive thing watching that tape back from his last game is the ball never touched the ground, David. It was amazing. And it wasn't that he was so accurate throwing the ball deep down the field. It's just that the ball was always going to the open guy. He did a really good job checking it down, taking the profit when it wasn't open downfield. That kept the offense on schedule. That's really important for this offense today.
And when you're watching it as a defensive player and coming to this football game, man, you know this is going to be a challenge. I better get pressure on this guy. If I let him feel comfortable, you'll see another day like last week. I mean, that dude was accurate. Almost every ball was caught. They were in rhythm. They're going to have to find some creative ways to get him off his spots and make him feel uncomfortable.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Working the middle. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37. The Longhorns have their offense in high gear. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Brought down at the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 6. Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on 1st down. It's 2nd and 3. Breaks into the open. Got some room into the goal line. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Texas! They're bellowing out Texas fight right now as the Horns are ready after that touchdown drive.
And what a great way to start. Get the crowd jacked up. When you do something good like this early, that burnt orange is going absolutely bananas in the stands. And the rest of the game, the defense, the special teams, everybody feeds off their great energy.
And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. He's got an open man. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a first down. This proficiency in the passing game can take you back to yesteryear, one of the great quarterbacks in Arkansas history, in Joe Ferguson.
Yeah, just slinging the pill, just being able to provide balance, being able to attack down the field, get people out of the box, and not be predictable. That's a really good job by this quarterback.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Dropping back, it's Darnold. Got his man down the middle. Big play for this offense as they get it to the 32. And the Razorbacks moving quickly to the line.
And I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them because they gave up the completion, they gave up a first down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
Makes the catch. It's Watkins. And they pick up just a few on that completion. After that last completion, it's 2nd down. The play action fake. And the pass is incomplete, but it might not matter. Flag is down, and it looked as if the defense was roughing up that receiver.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's caught.
Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
And that is a huge play for the defense. Offense has it in your red zone. You're trying to knock them out of field goal range. The only way you do that is by creating negative plays, and they get the sack.
The Razorbacks with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Now the play fake. And here's a fumble way behind the line. It's as if that ball had a magnet going back to the offense. How in the world did they keep it?
Well, ball security doesn't just apply to running backs and receivers. QB's got to keep two hands on the ball as well. They're very lucky after that fumble that the offense jumped on.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down. They'll have to settle for a field goal attempt. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. It's good. He hit that one right down the middle. That'll bring him to within 4.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
After putting up a 3-spot, the kickoff unit set to go. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Slips through the line. He's on the loose. There he goes. And look at him. It's a touchdown. Boy, nothing electrifies a stadium quite like a return for a touchdown.
It's always so exciting because you don't see them very often. You got to go so many yards, 80, 90 yards at a time. What a great job by the returners, showing the speed, providing the electricity. There's a reason they're all jacked up, and it's because of that awesome kickoff return.
And the extra point makes it 14-3. So a dynamite play there, 99 yards. He took it back for the touchdown. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. They might be feeling a little heat here as they've fallen into a 14-3 hole early. Not much there. Picks up a couple to the 22. Keeps it on the bootleg, looking to throw. Bringing the heat. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing. DKR heating up and trying to make 3rd down impossible here. Here comes the heat. Makes the grab. Still running at the 40. A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line. And the Razorbacks headed quickly to the line.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
The give to the back. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. The Razorbacks come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. Back to throw, it's Darnold. Oh, he dropped it. He had the pick in his hands and a chance for one of his patented big plays, and he couldn't hang on. It'll be 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. It's incomplete, and the defense comes up with a stop. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Caught in the backfield, it's Spears. Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to give him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time
he lobs one high down the left side. It's complete. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Longhorn. No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
Ready to try the point after. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Aggressive play calling on that drive. Just 2 plays, they get the long touchdown pass to pay it off. Coming out with it, it's Harper. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. They'll start this drive with a pass. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
What a play by this defense. You got the offense backed up. You stay aggressive, break on the football, make a big play, and your offense is jacked up inside the 5-yard line with a chance to punch this in and get some points on the board.
And the Longhorns have it with a 1st and goal. They'll go to the air. Big guy smells it. We're through 1, and what a back-and-forth battle between these 2 quarterbacks as we look at the stats. Big turning point as we head into the 2nd and get this game rolling again. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. To the air on 2nd down. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Spears. Touchdown, Texas! And they add 6 more on the board with that trip to the house. When you're handed a break with unbelievable field position like that, you better finish the deal, and they did.
You saw the quarterback jog on the field. I think he gave a high five to every one of those players coming off that just put them in position to go score that touchdown. That QB knew this was a golden opportunity, and boy, he took advantage of it.
The kick is up and good and put 1 more on the lead. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
A lot of eyeballs on your game, guys, and a few on this interesting matchup as well. Missouri has the lead right now. Columbia has just been jumping all week, but this game is hardly over. There is time left on that clock. They're up by 7 over Army. We'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Quarterback on the keeper. And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain. Somebody needs to make a play here. It's 3rd and long from the 26. Back to pass. It's Darnold. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
And that's the 4th sack this offensive line has given up today. And guess what? You thought they'd be better. Last week, they got their butts chewed out. 6 sacks they gave up. This week, on their way to doing it again, this offensive line has to step up.
And the Razorbacks will punt it away on 4th down. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he stopped. Here comes the Texas offense. They've been nothing short of spectacular so far. 3 turning it on. Brought down at the 46, but he got 10 on the play. The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. He fires one deep over the middle. Pulls it in down the sideline. Touchdown, Longhorn! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone. Texas fighting them through the air and on the ground, reminiscent of Colt McCoy's big day against A&M in 2009.
Yeah, just doing whatever they want. And this is a good spot to be. Listen, Texas gets a highly recruited kid at quarterback every single year. Can this be the guy that takes them to the next level? Today is a good day.
And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. Here's the handoff. They get him in the backfield, and he loses 3 on the play. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Looking to pass. It's Darnold. Dumps it to the back. Pulls it in. It's Harper. And the defense stops him just short of the 1st down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. Tries to slither forward on the sneak.
And David, on 3rd and inches right there, that's often a decision the quarterback predetermines. Who's my best guard? That's the guy I'm going to try to get behind.
And I know that defensively, too, but I'm just trying to dive and create a pile, but it's so hard to stop that play. That's why you see it ran so successfully.
Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. They'll leave it with him. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. They're going to keep this drive going. They'll have to make a play on 3rd and long from the 26. Right on the money. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the 1st down. The Razorbacks will bring the punt team onto the field. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Got it in the middle, it's Thomas. Makes the grab almost to the 1st down marker, but a good pickup on that one. Wants to go up top. Unloads to the wideout. intercepted.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his second of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
Offense making its way onto the field to start the drive. To the air, it's Darnold. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49.
How about this defense in this game so far? Already 5 sacks, and we're only in the second quarter. I think if you're the offensive coordinator, you have got to start mixing up these play calls, moving the pocket, get your quarterback away from danger, because it's obvious. This offensive line, they cannot hold up, and they cannot get it done.
That last sack got them behind the sticks. It's second and long here. Got his man downfield. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. From the gun, running back gets to give. Past the sticks and still on his feet. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming. Backed up now, here's second and long. Give to the running back. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And it's incomplete as he was trying to make the play in the back corner of the end zone. Now on fourth down, they'll settle for a field goal try. And this one is perfect.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go. He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. From the shotgun, the inside give. Maybe picked up a couple. He's down at the 24. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. The give out of the gun. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Wide open downfield. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down. Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. And the Longhorns come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Grabbed behind the line. It's Spears. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over him.
Brings up second down.
Got his man on the right. There he goes. Shoved out of bounds after a big gain. They'll mark it at the +42. The Longhorns come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. Gives it on the option. They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the first down. The Longhorns pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. Caught over the middle. It's Thomas. Empty backfield. 5 wide receivers on 2nd and 6. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock. Now on 2nd down. Back to pass. It's complete. Down to the 32 and out of bounds right there. The Longhorns come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. He'll throw on 3rd down. Caught near the sticks. It's Suggs. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a first down on the play. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. To the air on first down. Throws to the tight end. Boy, did that one have revolutions on it, but it's incomplete. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Couldn't connect on 1st down, now back to the air. Catch in the middle, it's Suggs. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have one remaining in the half. And the Longhorns come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. They'll play it safe and try for 3. Splits the uprights right down the middle. Well, that's just piling on. Not the penalty kind, just the mean kind.
I like the way this defense just finished. And I know they're trailing, but they didn't give up the touchdown. Got a little bit of momentum. Not much time left in this first half, but you got halftime to make some adjustments, come out with some energy, but a nice stop here.
On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Throws to the wideout. Got him downfield. They get him down at the 36. It will be a 1st down. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Looking to throw, it's Darnold. Can't make the grab. Quarterback just missed him a little bit. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. This one's complete. And an absolutely fearless tackle, giving up size, still got him on the turf. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds. He'll pull it down. Nice run there, picks up a few, and they'll force him out of bounds. Just enough time for one final play in this half. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Throws toward the end zone. Incomplete. He took a shot on the final play of the quarter and couldn't quite find his man. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Guys, rivalry games always bring out a ton of emotions, and they were on full display in that first half. And how do we possibly begin without singing the praises of this receiver? His ability to find gaps, run textbook routes, and then show that breakaway speed, he simply is the total package. How this secondary responds, whether they try to double-team him or get aggressive at the line, that'll be the story of this 2nd half. That said, let's get back to the field and our guys in the booth to see who comes out on top of this rivalry contest.
And the Razorbacks will kick it away to crank up the 2nd half. Fielded in the end zone. It's Landry. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. Caught in the backfield. It's Thomas. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. 2nd down coming up. They'll run play action. Scrambling away. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Facing a 3rd down and short from the 26. From the gun, wants to pass. Under fire. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
And you have to wonder if going in at halftime in the locker room just slowed down the momentum a little bit for this offense. They had it going so well in the first half. They were up and down the field, lighting up the scoreboard, scoring points. But here we go. First drive of the 2nd half, and they run into a wall getting sacked on the 3rd play of the drive. They're going to have to pick it up here in the 2nd half.
First one's on its way. The leg ought to be strong. Only called on twice in the victory last week. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. He'll do it himself. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down. The Razorbacks can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. Open space at the 25. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down. He'll keep it himself. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Dropping back, it's Darnold. Rush is on him. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28.
I tell you what, if I'm this QB, I am ill as a hornet at my offensive line. Are you kidding me? That's the 6th time they put me on the ground. Dudes, will y'all protect me a little bit better, please?
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Oh, and he got drilled as he just got rid of the football. And here comes the field goal unit. This kicker has already made a couple today. He'll swing that big leg for 3 from 44 yards out. Absolutely perfect.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
So the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away after putting up a field goal. Let's see what the defense can do. And he takes this from inside the 5. So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to fire. Grabbed behind the line. It's Thomas. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Fires to the wideout. On target over the middle. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35. To the ground with the back. And he doesn't find much running room. A short gain on the play. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Wants to go up top. Got his man. No chance to run, but still a good gain. And the Longhorns come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. On 3rd and short, they'll try to throw for it. Incomplete as the screen goes right through his hands, and it'll be 4th down. The punt team makes its way onto the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And the punt will hit at the 7, and they can't corral it. It goes into the end zone. It'll come out to the 20. They'll try the run. Nice move to keep running. Keeps it moving for a 3-yard gain to the 24. 4 wide receivers spread out on 2nd and 6. To the air, it's Darnold. Under fire. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
Man, this defensive end is a monster. And you've seen his athleticism and his speed and his bend and his flexibility. He now has 2 sacks, and there's still a lot of football to play.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands. And the Razorbacks send out the punt unit. And you make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. And here come the Horns. They've got it again on offense. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time. Turning on the Jets. Defense caught out of position, and they get him down finally at the 38.
Well, that's why this running game can be so dynamic. This guy is special when he has the football in his hands. He can make people miss, he can run with power, and he also has speed. You saw it on that last play.
Tight end now in motion. He'll pull it on the read. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Back to pass. Got his man. Brought down at the 26-yard line after a pickup of 10 yards on the play, and it'll be a first down. Snap it to the back. Got a little space. Got the first down. Looking for more. And he's brought down after a nice gain. The Longhorns have it in scoring position on first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
It's now second and goal.
Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive fourth quarter comeback. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. Looking for a path to the end zone to the right. He's going for the goal line. Touchdown, Texas! And they take it in for 6 more points. That score will give them a little more room to operate here in the fourth quarter as they go for their 6th straight win. Now they have extended this lead, guys, starting to put the hammer, but sometimes a rivalry game can give you a little of extra fight back.
And there can be no panic at this point now. You worked too hard this offseason, David. They've had this game circled for so long. You've got to play your best football right now and fight back.
And you just need something good to happen on this next possession. You got to get the crowd back into this football game. Big rivalry. Get some emotion. Get some momentum on your side.
Texas. Arkansas, 9.
He'll bring it out. It's Harper. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. Looking for a crease. It's Harper. He is going nowhere. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He'll ride his man on the option. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. It'll be 3rd and long. To throw, it's Gathers. He'll loft one deep down the left side. He's got it for a big play. And he's brought down after a huge completion.
This has been a frustrating day. I mean, they haven't moved the ball consistently, and now you get a play, but they haven't put 2 and 3 and 4 plays together, and that's why they're trailing in this football game. So maybe they can find some kind of a rhythm here late in the game and get something cooking.
The Razorbacks have it with a 1st and 10. Wants to throw on first down. A strike downfield.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly.
Quarterback can't pull the trigger, and down he goes at the 41.
And, man, this defense added again. They've done this so much today. Affected the quarterback, gotten sacks, forced 3rd and long situations. It doesn't matter about the yards on the drive. Now you put them in a very predictable passing situation.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. They are on the move as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 28. And the Razorbacks are flying down the field. Looking downfield on first down. Here's the pressure. And down he goes. Tried to pick his way free, but the defense stops him behind the line.
Well, the offense has made it known on this drive. They're trying to throw the football, and they're going to let this quarterback go to work. The defense does a great job winning up front. They get the sack to try to slow this momentum down.
They've got a solid drive working, but now looking at 2nd and 11. Wants to throw. It's Gathers. Trying to set up the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. Down by multiple possessions. They can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Man, this sophomore quarterback unleashed a cannon on that one. Motion from the back. Wants to keep it in the air. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
There's been a little bit of a seesaw here the last 2 plays. Offense gets a chunk play, and then the defense gets a sack. Great job by the defense there, turning the page and coming up with the big one.
The Razorbacks now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Wants to fire on 2nd down. He's got him. Terrific job getting to him. There was nowhere to go. 12th play of the drive coming up, but they've got a long way to go here on 3rd down. Pocket breaking down. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24.
On 3rd and long, you know what's coming. That's exactly where you want to get an offense. The passing game has to come out. You go nickel, bring some more speed on the field, and the defensive line gets home and gets the sack to force the 4th down.
So here comes the field goal unit again. This kicker has already made 3 in this one. The kicker will try to punch one through from 41 yards away. Didn't make him sweat at all. It's good. Let's not say they cut into the deficit with that field goal. Maybe just, I don't know, tweaked a little bit of it away with their fingernail. So they were able to put up a 3 spot on that last drive, and now the kickoff team out there as they prepare to put boot to leather. Fielded in the end zone, it's Bruce. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Here comes the Texas offense. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Looking to fire. He's got his man, makes the grab. He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the first down. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. That's caught. It's Thomas. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. The Longhorns will send out the punt unit. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. David, they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now, they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field goal.
I think if you want to take the next step, too, here and score a touchdown, you got to start finding more creative ways to get your best players the ball. Let's see if they can do that here.
Rides the back and leaves it. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. And the Razorbacks are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. They'll try to bully their way for the first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. That will take us to the 2-minute timeout, and not much time left for this offense to put together a miracle. They're going to ride this running back. Got the first down and more. And he's brought down after a nice gain. The Razorbacks will snap it on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. He's got his man. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Lining up from the 34 on 1st down. Gets the back moving. Dropping back, it's Gathers. Moving away from pressure. Short gain on the play before he slides. They're about to run a dirty half-dozen plays on this drive. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Safe completion on the screen. He makes the tackle at the 23-yard line, but not before a pickup of 5 and enough for the 1st down. Looking to throw on 1st down. Just a little off. Incomplete. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. They'll throw again after the incompletion. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming. Trying to pick up a 1st down. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Makes the grab. Boy, is he close to that 1st down, maybe just a couple of inches short. On 4th down, they'll throw for it. Going for 6. Can't complete the long throw, and the defense gets off the field on 4th down. After this, it'll be a wrap. He leaves it with the back. And they'll pick up just a few on this run, and that'll bring us to the end of the ball game. They get the win. They are now bowl eligible, but when you have a 0 in the loss column, there are much bigger fish to fry.
I think a lot of people thought they'd be 6-0 at this point, too. So we know they're going to a bowl game. Great. But, David, they've got their eyes set on the college football playoff and a national championship. They have that kind of talent. They're not surprised they're 6-0. They're looking